Okay, then let's start today's session. Let me share my screen. Okay, so here we go. We have reached to week 4. So probably it counts a month for us together. So thank you everyone for making this possible, and you have gone so far to here. So this is holiday season, but we need to start our usual challenge week. So week 4, and week 4 is mainly focusing on there was one pharmaceutical company which wants a machine learning engineer to forecast their sales as a finance for their finance team need. That means their finance team wants to allocate a promotional budget or a resource towards the company's profitability. So at the end of every year, every company will account its what did they manage to do and how their sales looks like and what's the outcome that they gain from that. And based on the past observation, they start to allocate budgets on where did they need to spend, where did they need to invest more on the financial side, and in order to create this robust financial plan. And by like for you, it was also to predict their daily sales income, weekly daily sales income, and where do they have to invest on or to allocate their budgets in their asset finance. Finance needs to be other factors to drive the finance. So we help them to a data-driven experience-based forecast plus improving their accuracy in allocating their budget towards what's needed. And if in this way, if they go in this direction, it's scalable because it's automatically done, so it's not human dependent. So you don't need to pay someone to do this for you, but you have a consistent and always alerting system that you will give to them. And this is an end-to-end solution. So you can start from the data exploration and data understanding. Then you will go to the next step on the modeling and prediction part and how you can deploy. Basically, the key concepts here are helping data Roseman company in their data analysis because the data contains a multiple stores data. It's collected from the Kaggle and it have the store ID, the sales, the customer, and the state holiday or school holiday. When was this sales is more, or to identify the pattern between how these correlate to each other, like holiday season in their sales, or between the store type. Maybe sometimes it can be affected by the store location, so the promotion that they have opened, and their competitor distance, like their stores and with their competitor distance. So we have this data and we need to understand the data first and we need to explore more on the data. So our learning outcome for this week's will be advanced use of this scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is a machine learning model pipeline. It will allows you a library that will allows you to do machine learning models using this pipeline concept. Pipeline means starting from the end and starting from the start to end. You can pipeline the process. That means the data extraction, data cleaning, data preprocessing, the feature engineering, and model training evaluation will be. in the same line, and you can like if you change something in the pipeline, it will reflect to all the result directly. So this will help you to create a clean system that have where like that knows where to maintain, where to improve. So it will give you this capability for you. And future engineering, how can you create features from what's there, and also select most important features to artist this sales prediction. And also model building and fine tuning. So we have multiple models that are out there for this prediction task, but you can fine tune them. Also, you can train from the scratch, so you will gain that outcome also. And in addition to that, we have the CI/CD, is the continuous integration and continuous deployment for the machine learning models. So in this time, we will use this model registry mechanisms, artifacts, the tools like MLflow or weight and bias to record all the model artifacts and model building results, plus integrating this GitHub action with the for the CI/CD purpose. And Python logging, writing unit tests, building dashboard, and model management, ML logs, and DBC. All the things that you have learned in the past weeks will be also applicable for this week's challenge if you have time to integrate them, because DBC also the other things, ML or ML flow is the other one. If you add it on this week's challenge, that will be more advanced. In terms of knowledge, with the business context, you know how to translate what you finding tells, like what's the accuracy 100% means, what's the precision means, recall, how do you interpret that in terms of their business need, and by relating this with the sales problem that Postman have. And also data exploration, since this is multiple stored data, there might be data inconsistency, and how you can tackle that, and how you can explore the existing data and select features, predictive analysis, to perform this predictive analysis or machine learning models, and how you can perform this hyperparameter tuning, plus by using the pipelining concept, how you can integrate the overall things that you would do towards addressing the Goldman's problem. And in terms of communication, you will get reporting and on the statistically complex issues, since you have to see the statistical distribution correlation between the features, so you can tell that the company needs this and that based on your exploration and understanding. So the competency, as usual, we have 9 competencies, and each of them will have their own contribution for this week. And from the key date side, so today is January 1, which is the start of week 4, and you can ask all your questions to all week 4 Slack channel. And the instrument submission will be on Friday 3, and the final submission will be on Tuesday 14. So when we came to the instruction, the first task is this week's task we have in 3 categories. The first is the data exploration or understanding customer purchase behavior. Then the prediction of the store sales. since it have multiple stored value, you can divide and explain them in terms of the store, like store A, store B, store C, in their sales exploration and their customer behavior. On the data exploration part, you can see the relationship between the promotional holidays or the seasonality between the purchase that their customer made on a specific day or a specific time frame. Since if it's Christmas season, most of the time people will spend more on their gift stuff. So that this decrease the Rosemont sales price, or what's the relationship between that? And you, this will help you to build a future engineering step for the effective modeling. So you can see that a trends and seasonality or the effect of promotion on the customer behavior. Maybe there might be a correlation between the customer counts or the number of customers and the sales. And plus, we have multiple stores, so maybe there might be a variation in sales according to from store to store. So you can see that one also, and the competition, the competitor proximity, also the other factor. So you can see a variation of sales based on that one also. So these insights and visuals that you highlight can be key patterns for you to model the predictive sales model. And yeah, there are multiple scenarios which we can see how the promos can affect the sales, how the distance between the competitors. And the other thing is, while you are writing all your codes, you need to have a logging. So the second task on this week is to log every of your function results or your function outputs. So that will help you to trace and reproduce your code. So this is also one of the best practice. And you have to adopt in all of your submissions and in all of your future career. And the next is prediction of the store sales. That is how you can predict or how you can model the store sales based on by pre-processing the data. Then you have pre-processing, like handling missing value, treating outliers, or standardizing the data will be the very first steps. And once you have done with that, you can start building the model with scalar and pipelines. There are a way that you can use like machine learning models or deep learning models like LSTM, or machine learning models like random forest, XGBoost, or any classification models you can use through this scikit-learn pipeline, which helps you in modularizing the code and ensuring the reproducibility of the code. And also, there are non-numeric data or categorical features, so you have to handle this numeric value and categorical features into standard encoding mechanism. So that means you need to convert these variables by using any of the encoding mechanism that we have, like one-hot encoding or 0-in-1 encoding, or the encoding techniques that we have. So this will help you while you are modeling the model. So you have to have a standard way of communication of your features. And Also, there might be outliers, so we need to scale the features and standardize the input based on that. And from the after training this or modeling the any of the stated model, like either random forest or XGBoost, you need to have to evaluate the model. Means we have a loss function that's associated with it. So selecting appropriate loss function, whether it's mean absolute error or ME, that will align with that you think it will align with the business priority. Plus analyzing the feature importance, which features are more important for this specific uh, project, and also what's the confidence interval that you can communicate within this prediction reliability. So to what confidence, like I can say that 95% is confident that this result will give a correct prediction for the coming feature, or I can say that this result will give us 80% confidence interval. So in this challenge, you need to select your own loss function, and you need to define that, like why you choose this specific loss function, and you can create your if it's possible to create your own loss function also. But for now, you can use also the existing ones. And for the post prediction analysis, you can explore on feature importance, like we said earlier. And for the for model serialization or serializable models, you can serve your model that you built and save the model into a pickle format or in joblib format. But you need to serialize this model, so better to have, I would suggest better to use either ML flow or within bias to register or to save the models and to use which one is effective. Like model X model, you have trained your first model and the accuracy is not that much. So you are either changed the parameters or you are either changed the features that you have used for prediction. So based on that, the model result will be increased by 10%. So earlier you have 80% accuracy, now you have 90% accuracy. So in order to show the progress, or if you want to go back to refer to the first step, you need to have where to click. That means you need to serialize your model. In that case, handling tools like libraries like MLflow are helpful because they will keep your model as well as their artifacts. Artifact in a sense, each model attributes like what parameter did you use, which data set did you use, and all the things that's associated to that specific model. Whenever you trained another model, what's the loss, what's the parameter, what's the data set you have used, and even if you want the actual model, there is, so you can better to track your experiments or in that way for future use. And if you want to go back or if you want to shift, like if you want to see what change does this come for, like, you need to be reasonable sometimes. Not changing all parameters will change the model output, but changing specifically one single thing will change the output. So you need to know that one. So in order to track this effectively, you can use this ML flow or 1DB. And then next is building model with deep learning. So on the deep learning task, you can use either this LSTM or RNN, and you can use either TensorFlow or PyTorch for that training. And you can start by exploring this in your collab, since deep learning will take more memory and more computational power device. So you can use either Colab or Kaggle for this one, but I would recommend to use your local machine to explore for the data exploration for the insight and to select the features. Once you have completed all the things, necessary things, you have identified what's needed to train in either LSTM or RNN models. Then once you have completed all these things, just go to either Colab or Kaggle, since they have time limits for their GPU access for the free ones. So you have to complete all the things first in your local machine, then go to there and train your model, and that will give a result that's a machine LSTM regression model to predict the next cells. So what we are going to predict is what's the next sales of this company in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. What does it look like? You can get, if the company can get this kind of insight, and they know that if they do X, Y, Z, they will get this kind of sales. If they didn't do X, Y, Z, they will lose. So you are planning to show that one. And on the model serving and API call part, I just recommend you to use a REST API to serve the models. So when we say REST, there are multiple variety of REST APIs. APIs like Fast API or Flask or others are there. So you are allowed to use any of them and to receive this prediction in real-time manner. So select any suitable framework, whether you can use Django REST framework or Flask or Fast API. It's up to you to start and load the model that you have on the task 2, then define the API endpoints, which serves the model, and you will that will give the real-time prediction about the company sales. If I want to see the next 1 month, I should have to see immediately. If I select the next 1 month, and this way the communication would be much more simple with the models. So you can do in this way. And for the deployment part, you would use the Dockerization that you have already, and you can deploy through Docker. So once your model is your everything, starting from the data processing to the final model serving API, you can wrap it up with the container, and this will ensure that there is a consistent deployment from what you have developed, and whether you host it on cloud platform or any other server. So at the end of the task 3, you have a web accessible API that will deliver the prediction of the real-time sales, and this will facilitate the decision making of the company. Overall, why we do this, or what's the necessity of doing this? I can say that it's have a business impact, because sales forecasting allows the finance team to allocate their resources. Like they need to plan for the promotion or the promotion budget that they allocate, or the promotion type, and what type of things that they need to invest, and how can they manage their inventory effectively. They can do it by manpower or in a way that in traditional way, but this is much more have a cost. At the same time, they need to increase their revenue. That means they need to, as much as they can, they need to reduce the workforce and reduce the cost, plus increase the revenue. And also the other thing is, if they hire human power, the scalability of the system will be in question. So that's why we need automated system, because they have multiple stores. Like for one, we can say that they can manage it. For two, it's a bit hard, but still they can manage it. If it gets 3, 4, 5, it's a big, it needs a system support, multiple things it requires. So in order to reduce this cost, and by simply putting systems that allows this prediction and helps this store management system and consistent planning and scaling to multiple, like one or not 10, but up to hundred and thousands. And also, since you are writing each sales, like you can control the overall sales price on the head office within every branch. And you have done like insight that can help us, or that can help the company to decide on certain things, like actionable insight, what drives the sales. If it's on holiday time and their things becomes their sales becomes down, so in order to uplift that one, what type of promotion should they have to use, and what's the best business strategy or insight that they will use to implement their business profits and to increase that one, as well as for you also to create a reproducible model that can use a pipelines, logging, a modular API, modular codes, and a solution that will you will give to a real world problem. And as usual, we have tutorials, which is the tutorial will be on Monday. Data exploration will be, we have a tutorial next to this, and also we have a tutorial on predictive model versioning, hyperparameter tuning, and cross validation, plus how we can train predictive machine learning. Then deep learning is the other get familiar with this deep learning will be the other task tutorial content that you have. And for the interim submission, you will have to submit your exploration on slides, which is 10 to 20 slides, and your GitHub repository. And for the final one, you have to submit a full report what you have done so far, starting from task 1 till task 3, plus the GitHub repository that you have. So these are some of the references that are there about the time series forecasting and MLOps plus the hardware. And you can read. So if you have any question or which is not clear, plus anything which needs to be explained. Is that clear? Or?
እሺ ማለት ቴንኪዩ። እኔ ያው ቻሌንጁ ግልጽ ነው፣ ግን ይሄ ፋይናል ሰብሚሽን ላይ በዚህኛው በዓል ስለሆነ አንድ ዊክ አይ ቲንክ ይጨምራል እና እሱን ኮንፊርም እንድታደርጊ ነበር። በዓል ስለሆነ በዚህኛው ማክሰኞ ዕለት በዓል ነው ገና እና ፋይናል ሰብሚሽኑ አንድ ዊክ ኤክስቴንድ ተደርጎ እንደዛ የሚል ነገር ቅድም አይቻለሁ መሰለኝ ስላክ ላይ እና እንደዛ ነው።
እና አኮርዲንግ ቱ ዘ ዴት እዛ ጋር ስፔሲፋይ በተደረጉት ተጨምሯል ከ7 እስከ 10 ሰብሚሽን ነው።
ኦኬ እሺ ቴንክ ዩ።
ሌላ ጥያቄ ያለው አለ? እሺ
እንዴት ናችሁ?
እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን።
ምናልባት በእኔ በኩል እንትኑ ቻሌንጁ ኦልሬዲ ግልጽ ነው። ያው ፋርዘር ደግሞ ዲፕ ማየትም ስለሚፈልግ እናየዋለን። ግን እንደ የኔ ኢሹ ምንድን ነው?
እሺ
አንደኛ ይሄ አሁን በሳምንት 2 ሲዝን ኢንትሪም እና ፋይናል ብለን ከምናቀርብ ወይ ፋይናል ብቻ ሳብሚት የምናደርግበት ነገሮችን ቢመቻቹ በጣም ማለት እንትን እያለ እርግጥ ፕራክቲስ ማድረግ ለእኛ ጥሩ ነው። ኢንተርሙ ጀምረን ለፋይናሉ ፐርፌክት ሆነን እንትኑ ማድረጉ አድቫንቴጅ አለው። ግን ያው ሰዓታችን አንድ ላይ የሆነ ሰዓት ላይ ለምሳሌ እኔ አሁን ፋይናል ብቻ ከሆነ ለፋይናል የሆነች ሰዓት ወይ የሆነች ቀን ሰጠውና ያን ሰርቼ በሳምንት ቻሌንጆችን ሳብሚት የማደርግበት ነገር እንትን ይኖራል። ነገር ግን ኢንትሪም እና ፋይናል በሚሆንበት ሰዓት ከስራም ጋር በጣም ቢዚ ያደርገናል። አንዳንድ ጊዜ ሲስተም ሴትአፕ ስናደርግ ሲበላሽብን በጣም እንትን ነው የሚያደርግብን እና እሱን አንድ ብቻ ቢሆን ፋይናል ብቻ ቢሆን እንደ ሀሳብ ነው። ሁለተኛ ደግሞ ኢንትሪሙ ለምሳሌ የሚቀጥል ከሆነ አሁን የባለፈው በእኔ በኩል እንትን ያደረገው ምንድን ነው የጊታፕ ሴትአፕ እና ኢዲኤ ሴትአፕ ነበረ ኢንትሪም ሳብሚት እንድናደርግ ሲጠበቅ የነበረው ባለፈው ማለት ታስኳና ታስክቶ ዌራዝ ግን ማሽኑ ወዲያውን የሆነ ውጤት ይሰጥህና ኮመንት ላይ ስታነብ ሃይፖተስ ቴስቲንግ አልጨመርክም ብሎ ነው። ይሄ ለኬሮድም ነግሬው ነበር እና ዘወይ ማሽኑ የሚያርምበት የሆነ እናንተ ፊድ በምታደርጉበት የትኛው ፖይንት ማረም እንዳለበት የምትሰጡት ኢንፑት ብታስተካክሉት ታስክ 3 እና ታስክ 4ን ኮንሲደር አድርጎ ነበር ያረመው እና ከዛ አንጻር እኔ አሁን ታስክ 1 እና ታስክ 2 በሚገባ ነበር የሰራሁት፣ ግን 50 ነው የሰጠኝ። ከዛ ዋይ ብዬ ኮመንት ስገባ ሃይፖተስ ቴስት አላካተትክም ምናምን ነገር አለኝ እና ያ ውጤታችን ላይ ኢፌክት አለው። እንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮችን ማስተካከል ብትችሉ ጥሩ ነው። ለዚህ ሁለት ሀሳብ አለ።
እሺ እኛው ይስተካከላል። የመጀመሪያው ጥያቄ ግን ምናልባት ኢንትሪም ኮንሰፕቱ አይኖ ስራ ላይ ናችሁ ምናምን የተወሰነ ያስቸግራል። ግን ስቲል ምን እንደሆነ ታውቃለህ? ለኢንትሪም ፐርፐዝ ብለህ ስትሰራ ወይም ኢንትሪም እንዳለ ስታስብ አትሊስት የፋይናሉን ታስክህን በሙሉ ቢያንስ ግማሽ ታደርሳለህ። ያ ማለት ኢንትሪም ስላለ ሰርተሃል ማለት ነው። አደ ፋይናል ዴይስ ግን መጥቼ እሰራለሁ ምናምን ስትል ፋይናል ዴይስ ራስህ ነው የወስድ ፈርስት 2 ዴይስ ሴታፕ ምናምን በማድረግ ነው የሚያልቀው ሰዓቱ እንጂ አክቹዋል ታስኩን በመስራት አይደለም። ያ ማለት ኢንትሪም መኖሩ አድቫንቴጅስ የሚያደርግህ አትሊስት ሴታፕን ጨርሰሃል፣ ለፋይናል ላለው ነገር ትዘጋጃለህ ማለት ነው። ዶንት ወሪ አባውት ዘ ግሬድስ ምናምን። ግን እኔ የምለው ምንድነው ኤቭሪ ታይም ከዊክ 1 ዊክ 2 የተሻለ ኮድ መጻፍ ችያለሁ ወይ፣ ከዊክ 2 ዊክ 3 ላይ የተሻለ ጥሩ ኮድ መጻፍ ችያለሁ ወይ፣ የተሻለ ፕሮብሌሙን አንደርስታንድ አድርጌዋለሁ ወይ የሚለውን ሀሳብ ፕሮግረስ እያደረግኩ ነው የሚለውን ብናየው በጣም የተሻለ ነው። ግሬድ ኢዝ ኦል አባውት ቁጥር፣ ግን ያንተ ፕሮብሌም አንደርስታንዲንግ ታስኮን የምትረዳበት መጠን ታስኮን ታክል ለማድረግ የምትሄድበት መንገድ ነው ዲፋይን የሚያደርግህ አንተን። ነገ ሌላ ኤክስተርናል ቻሌንጅ ቢመጣም ደወይ በታይም ማስገባት አንደኛው አድቫንቴጅ ነው። ለምሳሌ የስራ ቻሌንጅ ቢሆን በ2 ቀን በ3 ቀን ነው የሚሰራው፣ ግን ሌላ ስራ እንዳለ ይታወቃል ማለት ያው ለቀህ አይደለም። ግን በ2 ቀን ውስጥ የሆነ ሰርቴን ታስክ ኮምፕሊት አድርገህ ነው የምታስቀምጠው። ስለዚህ እሱን ደግሞ አትሊስት በዚህ ታይት ኢንቫይሮንመንት ውስጥ መስራት ከቻል በዛ በ2 ቀን ውስጥ የሚጠበቅብህን ሳይሆን ከሚጠበቅብህ በላይ ዴሊቨር ለማድረግ መቻልህን ነው። ያንን ደግሞ ማስቻል ነው። አሁን ላይ ታይት ሊመስል ይችላል፣ ከስራ ጋር ሊከብድ ይችላል፣ ከተለያየ ነገር ጋር የተለያየ አንግል ሊታይ ይችላል። ብታየው ራሱ መልቲፕል ኃላፊነት አለብህ ምናምን፣ ግን እሱ አይደለም ማታክ ያደርገው አት ኤንድ ኦፍ ዘ ዴይ። ትንሽም ትሁን ትልቅም ትሁን የኢንፍራስትራክቸር ሴታፕም ይሁን ምናምን ቤዚክ ኢዲኤም ሰርተህ ይሁን ብቻ ግን የተወሰነ ቻሌንጁን አንደርስታንድ ለማድረግ ሄዳል፣ ፕላስ የተወሰነ ደግሞ ሰብሚት ለማድረግ ሄዳል። ታትስ ኦል አባውት ኢንትሪም። ኢንትሪም አባውት ፕሮግረስ ነው እንጂ ኢንትሪም ውጤት አይደለም። በቃ ስለ ኢንትሪም ስናስብ ሁልጊዜም በቃ ፕሮግረሳችንን ስቴፕ ባይ ስቴፕ እያሳየን ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄንን አትሊስት ይሄንን ታስክ ለመጨረስ አት ኤንድ ኦፍ ዘ ዊክ እኔ ላይንድ ነኝ አይደለሁም የሚለውም ለራሳችሁ ጌጅ ነው እንጂ ብቻውን እንደ ሰብሚሽን ብቻ መታየት የለበትም። የኛም ኮንሲደሬሽን ምንድነው በቃ አትሊስት ሰብሚት ካደረጋችሁ you are on the right track to submit the final ሰብሚት ካላደረጋችሁ ግን there is a problem ምክንያቱም at the end of the day የተጠየቀውን እናውቀዋለን በዛ ቀን ፍሬም ውስጥ ሰርታችሁ ጨርሱታላችሁ ተብሎ ስለማይታሰብ አክሽን መውሰድ መቻል አለብን ከዛ አንጻር ኢንትሪ ቢታይ ጥሩ ነው ኮንቲኒየስ ሰፖርትን ኢንካሬጅ ለማድረግ ግን ግሬዲንግ ግን በተመለከተ ኤኒ ታይም እንትን ሲኖራችሁ ጀስት እዛው ላይ ኮሜንት ማድረግ ይቻላል ኤኒዋን ይመልሳል ስለዚህ ችግር የለውም ይስተካከላል ግልጽ ነው
ግልጽ ነው ቴንክ ዩ
ሌላ ጥያቄ ያለው አለ የለም ጥያቄ So everything is clear. Now let's wrap up it here. Then see you in the next session.